Let's get some advice now from Amber Kelleher Andrews. Hi, Amber.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, so we saw the two scenarios here. Let's start with the woman, because she was all in control and everything. And Dr. Phil saying to be vulnerable, that was interesting. Do you think that that really helps open up relationships?
I think it's necessary in Kathleen's case.
Yeah.
I like what she had to say. She made the comment that you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And she's acknowledging that she is very successful in her workplace.
Right.
But in terms of relationships, she's saying, Dr. Phil, help me. You know, what am I doing wrong? And the reason why we all love Dr. Phil so much is because he's right on the money.
Yeah.
She needs to show her vulnerable side, and she needs to give it a voice. So my suggestion to Kathleen would be to have a weekend where she just devotes to herself. Do a girl's day out. Get a makeover, change the way she styles her hair, buy something that she wouldn't normally picture herself in, get a sexy romantic pair of shoes, and have a nice massage, and get a sense of what it feels like to be sensual, to be sexy, and to hear that feminine voice inside of her and identify with that, and then you can give it a voice.
But the vulnerable thing, I'm wondering in general, do you see a lot of people, especially on dates, they don't want to look, you know, insecure or vulnerable. And maybe that somehow does stop a connection.
Well, you can be vulnerable and also be discerning. So, I mean, I think that, you know, in the walk of the penguins, it's the mating call. It's that voice that the opposite sex hears. And I think she needs to discover what that voice is, because she needs to identify with that person before she can, you know, find that voice. And that's what she's going to communicate to the other
Why does she need a man? Yeah, because like right now she's like, you look at you, you don't need a man, you know.
Yeah, in the workplace we have an armor up, you know, we're powerful and we take charge, and relationships are of the heart.
All right, now let's talk about our guy in the scenario here. And Dr. Phil's saying it seems like you're hung up still. And that's another thing, is how do you get past being hung up, if that's his case, and it is for a lot of people. Yeah, how do you get past that and move on?
I'd like to see Tony do a few things. First of all, he does need to discover whether or not he is truly over his past relationship. And he owes it to himself to find out. So he does need to investigate. Dr. Phil said do an autopsy of you know, find out. He was a player in this relationship, was he not? And
he's kind of like, I don't know.
And he says, yeah, you wake up, you roll over, and you get kicked out of bed, you have to go with that. And you don't have to go with that. You need to take charge. You need to say, what am I doing wrong? Do I want to be in this relationship? And if so, how do I stay in this relationship? I'd like to see Tony bring the same amount of fire that he has on the soccer field into the arena of relationships. He's got one foot in the game and 1 foot on the sidelines. And I want to see him put both into action.
Yeah, I think you're right on there. You and Dr. Phil spot on. All right, Amber, thanks a lot.